Okay, it's time to get started in Ableton. Go ahead and click on Ableton Start. The first window you'll see is this black screen that is sending a registration code to Ableton. Please let this do its thing. After it does, you can close it. But if when you open Ableton finally, when this screen pops up, if you get a little indicator down here that says saving is disabled, then you need to close Ableton and start again. It means the registration code has not gone through. So once your Ableton has opened up and it looks like this, you're going to want to go directly to Options, then Preferences. You can also hit Control comma and open this window up. When you're here, go right to Audio. Make sure that the driver type selected is ASIO. Do not choose MME Direct. Choose ASIO. In ASIO, there's a couple of different kinds of drivers we can use. FL Studio, Novation. We want the ASIO for All version 2. That points directly to your Tascam. If you click on the Tascam, Hardware Setup, this window will open up, and you can change some of the preferences here. I also have my buffer size set here. Don't try to change it in this window. You change it in here. And I have it set to 128, which is fairly low because I'm getting a low latency. Anyway, a small buffer size is good when you're recording MIDI or audio. When you're processing and mixing and you have a lot of plugins open like reverbs and compressors and delays and equalizers and stuff, you may need a larger buffer size. But for recording, keep it low, keep your latency low. The next thing is the channel configuration. Keep these both selected. This enables inputs 1 and 2 as 2 separate mono tracks. This shows inputs 1 and 2 together as one stereo track. The Tascam only has 4 outputs. If you look on the back panel, you'll see outputs 3 and 4, and I don't ever use those, so by deactivating them, I can reduce the CPU load. Some audio interfaces have 16, 32, many outputs. This only has 4, and I'm only using 2. This test area will help you determine what buffer size is best for you. I haven't used it yet because I know that a low buffer size of 128 and seeing that an overall latency of below 10 milliseconds is good for me works. So I just set it and forget it. Next, you want to look at your MIDI devices. In this panel, you'll see your Ableton Push and your Launchkey MK2. My Ableton Push is not hooked up right now. You'll have some inputs and outputs down here. Notice that the only one that's off is the Microsoft GS Wavetable Synth. That's the sound card that's in the computer. Just leave that off. The one that's doing all the heavy lifting is our Tascam US200 MIDI. Keep it on, and on. This sync provides time data between all of the different devices so that you can use your tap tempo and a few other controls. This remote setting allows you to use all of the dials, knobs, switches, and faders on your launch key and on your push. So make sure your window is configured like this. I want you to get started as quick as possible, so really the only things you need to check are your audio and your MIDI settings. Leave all these other guys alone down here. Although if you do want to change the look and feel, this is kind of fun. You can go over to Skins and choose a different color. But I'll leave that up to you. Answer these questions and move on to the next lesson.